What's going on, guys? I'm actually doing laps guarding this pond we just dug because we have little ducks, and I wanted to take a picture of them, a video of them while they're dry, but they kept running back in the pond every time I walked away from the pond. I just didn't want them to look like wet rats. But whatever. I've had these guys for like 2 weeks. They went from like a chick to that in like 2 weeks. Anyways, what we're gonna do in this video is I'm heading to Walmart right now to get some Bondo, and I'm gonna fix up that iRobot cabinet and let's put that side art on. But I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so I'm back from Walmart and I got some Bondo. I got my cheese grater out, some sandpaper, some razor blades, and I'm just temporarily laying out the side art right now, but I can't really put that on yet. What I have to do first is I gotta see somebody put screws in this cabinet to hold it together. And the cabinet is nice and square right now, but those screws gotta go because I'm 99% positive they're not supposed to be there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back these screws out and get a drill bit and kind of anchor it down a little bit. And I'm going to put a different kind of screw in there. And then I'm going to Bondo over every one of these holes. And you have to remove this T-molding. This has a bunch of little divots. Like, I don't know what is this? Like, was that a cup holder? You know, I mean, a bunch of little divots here and there. I'm not too worried about getting this thing totally perfect because as long as it's good enough to put a sticker over it and you won't be able to tell. That's about where I'm going to be, you know. But there's a spot, I step over the side art. There's a spot down here that, well, you can pick it up better in the camera than I can with my own eyes. That's pretty chewed up there. So basically going to strip this sucker down and do some body work. Okay, so I try to get the screwdriver on here, and they're all packed. It's got like, you know, it's sandy. It's almost like somebody put cement in here or something. It's weird. So I gotta pick at all these suckers before I can even get the drill on this to get it out, you know. But yeah, can you hear that? Sand? Weird. Ah, it's gonna be a nightmare. Wish somebody had to put these screws in. If you're gonna put screws in, at least put wood screws in and like countersink it so you can cover it over. But yeah. Okay, so I got them picked clean. I'm gonna use these screws, maybe. I hope. I don't know if they're long enough. See if they catch. You know. Comes the moment of truth. If we can get these out or not. Yes, we can. Not as long as what came out. Let me see if I could just kind of, instead of changing the drill out, maybe I could just, yeah, that's something. Let's see if that catches. Evidently this was falling apart at some time. I don't know why someone would put these screws in. Yeah, that's good enough. I can still cover that over. Yeah, get the next one out. I think I need to go with longer screws though. See what I could dig up. Okay, this is the other side. I already got the other side done. This is the other side. Yeah, somebody decided to put these screws in. I'm going to go ahead and keep them, but I want to hide the top of the screws. Looked like crap how they had it.
They didn't even put even amount in.
No, they didn't even put them square. They just randomly put them together.
Yeah, it looks good there.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let me get this T-molding out. Get all the rest out, and we're good to go. Well, before I do any other body work, I figured I'd remove someone's previous repair. Actually, my wife is. But somebody put like JB Weld in here, and it looks like the original piece of wood must have broken off. Okay, I'm going to zoom out. Looks like the original piece of wood broke off from here on down, and it looks like they got like a textured wood off a Cinematronics cabinet or something, and like patched it. And they did this terrible JB Weld job, and my wife's been scraping the hell out of it.
It looked like this everywhere.
Oh, it was bad. I should have took a video before.
Big lump.
But, you know, maybe it is on video. I don't know. We'll see. But, so, this is actually a pretty solid piece of wood. They did a good job in doing it. I'm going to actually Bondo over it after she's done scraping it. And, I'll stand it down. You won't know in the end. But, he did a terrible job, but at least it's solid, you know. Mm-hmm. So, that's where we're at now. Alright. Well, my wife has scraped this down with a razor blade really good. And you can see the JB Weld that somebody used here. It's actually pretty solid. I'm going to go ahead and cover that up. But there's one problem. Right here is higher. The original cabinet's a little taller, taller right here, and then it drops down into a lower spot right here. Well, I got to build this whole area up about 1 millimeter. So I'm going to do that, or at least blend it in all the way down to somewhere, you know. But, so I got a regular Bondo knife, and I cut it right here so I can get in between there, because there's a raised area here and a raised area here. Now this piece of trim right here is supposed to be level with the wood, so it drops down. So I'm going to go ahead and make it level with the wood here. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and use a different knife. I'll go ahead and make it level with the wood, and then I'll put a notch all the way down so it doesn't look like I have Bondo in it. My idea is to make it not look like I have Bondo, hopefully. But yeah, whenever I get this hardener, just kind of mix them up a little bit, because sometimes there's like a liquid and there's a solid in here to make a paste, and sometimes it separates when you first open these up. Sometimes you'll squirt out some liquid. But squirt some of this shit in there. Now let's mix this up. Tell you what, as long as you have a cheese grater, there is nothing wrong with putting too much Bondo on. But if you're going to rely on sandpaper, you gotta be careful. You don't want to put too much, because it'll make a nightmare trying to clean it up when you're done. Alright, let me just get some of this on there. Oh, and I like using these plastic plates, because when the Bondo dries, you kind of just like crack it right off again. It's kind of nice. I'll have that. I hope I have some. Mix it up a little bit better. Looks like I'm a little shy on how much I should have mixed. It's alright. Oh, I didn't mix it up good enough. There we go. I might be able to make that work. Definitely gonna need a second coat. Yeah, we'll go ahead and let that set up. Okay, it's starting to set up a little bit. It's still a little tacky, but while it's soft, I'm gonna get this razor blade. I'm just gonna kind of level it out. Some of the high spots. It'll save me some planing and sanding when it sets up a little bit. That's going to save me all kinds of time. Cuts off like cheese. It's like cheese, man. Definitely gonna need more coats, but you rarely get it all done in one coat anyways. Still got a spot right here where it's definitely a divot. Now let me cut over here a little bit. That's good enough for now. I'm gonna go ahead and get the planer. Starting to sit up a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna give it about... Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. It's just about where the texture I need to start planing. Gonna break it down a little bit. Now I'm going to start over here where I know it's flat and kind of kick into it. Keep most of your weight back here where it's flat. Looking good though. You're not going to be able to tell when I'm done. Buddy of mine happens to be a body work guy, automotive body guy. He always told me to always feel it, constantly be feeling it, because it's better to trust your hands than your eyes. Never trust your eyes. So I may not be an expert, but at least that one piece of information is always in my head. So I think I'm an expert now. Alright, that's good enough. I'm going to go ahead and... Hold on, let me cut this. Let's get this level a little bit. Yeah. I'm going to let that harden up a little bit. I'm going to hit it with some sandpaper and we'll put a whole other coat on. I hit this with some 60 grit just to take off some of the tops, kind of smooth it out some. I'm going to hit with some acetone just to get some of the dust off. Because I'm getting ready to put a second layer of Bondo on. Okay, as that acetone evaporates, I'm going to move the camera. I'm going to mix up some more Bondo. Okay. So I'm going to go down here. I'm just going to put a little thin coat. I'm trying to get those corners. I can always fix the corners. And I got a little notch over here. Move the camera. Fill this in right here. I'll just feather this out a little bit. That'll be good enough. And I'll come back in about 10 minutes and I'll sand this down. Okay, let me tell you where we're at. Now, I removed the vinyl on the top of both sides of this because it was just, it didn't look good. It didn't sand well, it didn't, you know. So what I ended up doing is I used some xylene and I softened up the vinyl, and I actually peeled it up in one shot, one sheet. Boy, that was a lucky break right there. Usually you got to scrape and pick and whatever on this vinyl. But so I think I found my new secret weapon. Xylene softens that stuff up. Then you let it sit for a while to dry, to harden a little, back up a little bit, and then it comes off in one sheet. That was pretty amazing. But anyways, I'm planning on spraying this, but before I do, I'm going to roll it. Now I rarely condone rolling your paint on a game, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll it with some Rust-Oleum black. I'm going to roll it, and then tomorrow or day after, or whenever, then I'm going to do a light wet sand on the cabinet, and then I'm going to spray it. Okay. Now the reason I don't like to have a finish of a rolled finish is because it kind of gives like a wrinkled. It looks like the walls in your house. It looks terrible. Now remember, this was smooth vinyl that covered this thing, so I want to mimic that look. I don't want, you know, bathroom walls. But yeah. Oh, let me show you the bottom here. I sanded it down, or me and my wife did, and my son wiped it all down with alcohol. And so we are ready to do some painting. Okay, well that Bondo sets up a little bit. We got a little bit of water damage here. So I'm going to hit this with this rasp here and try to get some of this off. Let me get a better angle. Move the camera out of my way. Some 60 grit. Oh, see a little spot right here too. I'll come back to that and just cover that in some Bondo. Blend it in a little bit. The camera makes it look bad, but I just got it pretty good there. I just took some, well, this is still somewhat soft. You know what I mean? So, put some acetone on my plate. I'm going to eat this off before it gets hard to take off. Because I'm going to need more Bondo here. Good enough to mix my next batch. Alright, I've been slacking. This is the next day. I fell asleep. I did a bunch of sanding though. Right here, I can't feel any difference. But I can feel a slight difference right hold on, I felt it. Somewhere I felt a difference, right around here. No big deal, no big deal. We're gonna cover this with a sticker. So yeah, I got down here. I'm gonna have to fix that corner up a little bit. I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna go ahead and fix this corner. And this whole side, once I sand here and here, is done. So I'm gonna basically pick the sucker up and lay it on the other side, and let's finish doing the body work. Alright, I'm gonna fill in all these screw holes, and before I do that, I'm gonna hit it with some I got some 80 grit here. I'm gonna end up putting Bondo all over this front anyways. There's some areas where it's been lifted, a little bit of water damage, so I'm just gonna, this is 80 grit. I'm gonna chew the hell out of it. Yeah, so I had that raised ledge right there. The high spots are gonna come down first, you know. That Bondo's gonna stick better to a scratched up area also. You know what? I think I'm already ready for Bondo over here. Yeah, a little bit right here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sand all the rest down. Okay, I sanded down all around the top here with some harsh 80 grit paper. Also, somebody decided to put a couple screws in right here and here, and I countersunk them a little bit and put a different kind of screw in there. So I'm going to have to fill that in with Bondo. But for now, my wife is going to wipe it down with acetone. Hey, don't forget to get this. I gotta fill these in.
That evaporates so quick.
I don't care. Just clean the spots we're gonna fill. Good enough to get started. Good old Bondo. Yeah, this is day 2. This should have been a one-day ordeal, but kind of started late yesterday, and I'm starting late again today. Should get it all done. Now it's dark outside though. I might have to take it outside to paint it because I'm really getting excited. I'm itching. I'm wanting to get that side art on. That's why I'm doing the body work. I always like to kind of work it in those screw holes and little divots. Can always sand it right off. See some imperfections all around this edge. Might as well fill it. See, I just got Major Havoc bottom T-molding in the mail, and I put brand new normal T-molding on it, and because I couldn't wait, and I'm out of T-molding. So I might reuse that Major Havoc T-molding on the iRobot base, if it'll fit. We'll see. So I got that covered up. I'm gonna let it sit for 10 minutes or so. I'll hit it with a planer, then I'll sand it. Probably gonna want to wait till this sets up pretty good to sand it. So once I get that done, I get this done, and then there's some minor stuff. I already did some of this here. Minor stuff after that, and it'll be ready for paint. Okay, it's cured a little bit. I wanted it to cure a little longer than usual because I'm going over these screw holes. I think I'm going to instead of plane it way down, I'm going to just get the tops off of it. But so on this one, I'm going to, instead of doing a lot of planing, I'm just going to just get the tops off. Make it easier when I get this, you know, start sanding. But you get the idea. Well, I feel little nicks on the top here, and when I started sanding it, I know that somebody rolled on some Rust-Oleum black or something on this thing, but I figured maybe they rolled it right over a clean cabinet, but no. This had sticker glue all over it from whatever side art somebody put on this thing before, and so I started sanding it, and then I realized it's all gooey underneath. So we got some xylene, and well, first I softened it up with some acetone. Acetone on there will be a sticky mess. Then get some xylene on there and a razor blade, and it'll just scrape off piece by piece. So that's what I had to do. So that, and I'm probably just gonna go ahead and wrap this sanding up, and I'm gonna have to do the other side. Okay, so I got this a little too wet, but I'm gonna get that little bit right there, and I'm gonna work it all over this whole side. I kind of want to get it thin. Now there's a couple reasons why I'm rolling this on. Now there's certain spots where the wood has been sanded down. Well, anyway, if I were to spray paint right over that, the wood will absorb that paint, and it'll give it like a thin spot. But if I do this first, and then sand it, and then paint it, this paint will harden and dry inside all these crevices and like the dry spots of the wood. Wow, that's actually looking almost perfect the way it is. Let me get this roller a little more wet again. I don't know, man. This is looking pretty damn good. I hate though. No matter what, you can always tell something's been rolled. But I suppose no one's gonna be in between the machines like picking at it. I don't know. That's looking great. Now I promised myself I'd spray this. We're gonna spray it. Just gonna do a thin coat just to kind of soak up that paint, all those crevasses. But, you know, you get the idea. I'm going to go ahead and do the whole thing. Alright, I rolled it, and I'm going to go ahead and sand other spots of the cabinet, but right here where the sticker is going to go, I'm just going to go ahead and use this finish because it's going to be covered with the sticker anyways. But after I painted it, I did notice some defects that I didn't notice before. There's a line right here where I just sanded it down to make it smooth. There's a slight bit of water damage right there, and I didn't want it, so that's okay. The sticker's still going to cover it. And there's a little spot right here I got. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spray some water mixed with a little bit of soap all over this whole cabinet. And I'm going to peel off that whole piece of side art all in one giant shot. And I'm going to actually position it where I want it. And, you know, now normally I don't like to do this, but this is kind of an oddball piece of side art. And I did some measuring and it doesn't even look like it's the correct measurements. I mean, I don't know. So that's the way we're going to go with this. We're going to use some soapy water to position it where it needs to be. And then I'll come back with a credit card or something like that. Okay, I have side art in one hand, spray bottle in the other. Make sure you do the best you can to dust this stuff off. I know it's hard. I'm going to try not to get much water around the area here where it's bare wood. Okay, I'm going to pull right about here. When they cut this side art, they cut into the paper. It's kind of hard to catch it. We got it. Oh, somebody's at the door. Okay, somebody was knocking on the door. Had to answer it. But I sprayed some soapy water on the back of the side art and on this. Just kind of lay it out. Like I said, I really don't like... Look at this, man. They made the side art too small.
It's not even doing good over here.
Come on. Pull it your way. You get... Man. Look at that.
It still needs to come.
They totally fucked that up. It's gotta come down.
I see that.
Bring it down. It's like they never even measured an iRobot cabinet.
That's gonna have to be cut.
Yeah. Well, I bought this iRobot side art on eBay. And looks like it was a mistake. Because it is just not the right size.
Not at all.
Oh!
Got it?
Yeah, don't peel it up. Okay, spray some soapy water on this side.
This up here?
Yeah. All over. Just so my hands kind of glide across it. Okay, you got it,
Okay.
Kind of makes me mad that it's literally the wrong size. But I guess that's okay.
That's good. Just gonna have to be cut there.
Yep, razor blade. Figured I had to razor blade something, but
That's pretty off.
pretty off. Pretty damn off. Oh well. So I'm gonna go over here. Boy, that pisses me off. Find my razor blade. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on because I'm cheap. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, that's that. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and smooth it out with a credit card. Okay, so I'm using my wife's driver's license here to just the first card that was handy to clear this out. Getting all the water out. You know what? I'm thinking about using a Bondo knife. That would be really good, I think. Oh, looks like I don't have any new ones left. Man, does it piss me off that this is wrong. I think it was like 150 bucks for this slide art set. It looks like it's actually silkscreen too. Is it possible that the sticker doesn't actually go to the edge of the cabinet normally? It seems like it should to me. But you guys get the idea. Well, we went ahead and finished that side. It actually turned out really nice. From the top, it looks beautiful. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be, if there's supposed to be a gap between that and the edge of the cabinet or not. I'm gonna have to check out some videos on YouTube. I know John's from John's Arcade. He has an iRobot. I'd like to see how his look, if it's similar. But from the front, this thing looks beautiful. I mean, there's there's like nothing wrong with it. Looks great. Now, keep in mind, I still have to sand all this down and respray it. I'm going to actually tape this off. Now, earlier I said I don't like a finish that's rolled on, but I thought I'd mention that there is a few examples where rolled on finish you can get away with, like Berserk. I have rolled a finish on Berserks before, and they look beautiful because some finishes are supposed to be bumpy and textured and orange peel and whatever, but in this situation, I don't know. That actually got some dirt in this, but this ain't gonna fly for me. This is definitely gonna be sanded down, and then I'm gonna spray the top. Same thing goes for the bottom. It's just that when I rolled it, it kind of fills in all the little crevices. It kind of patches up the dry spots. But yeah, so I'm getting ready to flip this thing over, and we're gonna go ahead and do the other side. Good old soapy water. Okay. Over here. I hate doing it this way. Okay, hold it. I'm going to go ahead and spray it while it's in the air. And step on all this paper. Did I get you? Okay. control panel lined up. That's what I'm looking at.
Needs to come up towards me a little more.
Pull it. Okay. You gotta pull it some more.
I know.
How's that?
Looks okay here.
Okay. See, this is a different. See, it's like a different height on this side. In other words, we put the sticker down a different area, different way. Should we do it this way, or should we put it this half inch or a quarter inch down like the other side was?
Maybe so.
All right, let's make our things match, I guess. How's it look up there?
Looks good.
Does it?
I think we can actually move back this way more.
Can we?
Yeah. You see how over that there.
You know what? Let's leave it
Okay.
because this I want this way.
Okay.
Okay. Kick that paper out of the way. Get it all lubed up. That's that. You need a razor blade. We use these scissors instead.
Here.
You got a razor blade?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, that's that. So we get the card out. I nicked it. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
We must have missed something underneath the side. Oh well, it's a little tiny spot. But all right, you guys get the idea. Okay, it's stood up right now. Looking awesome, actually. It's looking really cool. I'm happy with it. I don't think that side art is dead on, but I'm actually very happy with it. So, right now I have this all tore apart, and I made this today at the shop. This is a bezel for, oops, upside down. Should go on something like that. This is actually the same bezel that's in Major Havoc and Firefox and iRobot. But also I'm going to have the sticker right here that says click instructions for iRobot. That's going to have to be there. We're going to have somebody make that or what. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in the basement and I'm going to paint the ears, what you call the ears, or speaker grills that go on the side, like here. I got Major Havoc. I put the I just got a iRobot marquee from Escape Pod, and I kind of just to keep it safe, I put it right there on the Major Havoc. But yeah, so I'm gonna put this marquee on. I'm gonna paint these ears. I'm gonna get it all back together and see what it looks like. Okay, so this bezel I actually put together with some thick, heavy cardboard, and I got some double-sided tape that actually holds it together. And this stuff is actually pretty strong. I mean, it'll rip the paper long before the tape separates. So that's the way I'm going, at least. Now, somebody said that someone was selling these on the cloth, but I don't. You know what? It's easier just to cut it right here, right now, and I'm done.
I got some semi-gloss. Probably should go with like a matte, but semi-gloss will work. This looks shiny now, but it'll be a little less shiny when it dries. A little too shiny. Still, it's gonna be behind slightly tinted glass. Got monitors all over the place. I just stepped on a nail. Son of a bitch!
Any other complaints?
Yeah. I'll figure one out. Look good to you, Kelly? Did I miss anything?
Can't see anything from this angle.
I think it looks good.
Alright.
So here's the ears. It's a little dark down here, but I think I'll get it. This is semi-gloss again. I think semi-gloss is pretty much perfect for these. I think that's about what they wanted, what it came with. Oh, that's looking nice. That's looking really nice. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. I figured it'd be harder to get in these grooves, but it's actually coming out pretty nice here. Get both sides, the top and the bottom. Did you kind of see the top and bottom a little bit? I think we are good to go. Alright, these have had some time to dry, and I put them in a box upside down on the floor with a hairdryer in it. So the hairdryer got these things smoking hot, and I left it that way for about a half an hour. I let it sit in the hairdryer for so long that it was no longer tacky while it was hot. And so now that it's cooled down, it's really cured. So I literally painted this thing, I don't know, 40 minutes ago, and I mean, I could be rough with it. So if you guys don't already know this or don't already do this, like a cardboard box and a hairdryer, man, makes these things cure really quick. So I'm going to put this on. There's that side. Oh, starting to shape up. I don't know where my screws went. Hey Kelly, you know the screws are to this?
Right here.
Alright. So, you know what I'm going to ask for now, right?
Screwdriver?
Yep.
I don't know where the other one went, but that one work? Or this one?
That's better. It's closer to the right size. Yeah, these were a bitch to take off. But now since the cabinet's been sanded down, it slid right on. These are the screws that came out of it, right?
Yes. I took them right off the front when I was cleaning the cabinet.
Just wondering because 1 out of 4 of these screws is a different kind of screw.
That's what it was.
Alright. Yeah, my wife rebuilt this monitor. What kind of monitor is this?
I can't remember.
I think it was a Geo 7.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Can you grab that paper bezel?
Yeah, is it still downstairs?
Yep.
No problem.
Okay, I got this. You can kind of see I reused some cardboard from other things. This is just what I had. I don't know if you can buy well, at least around me, you can't buy cardboard this sturdy. So I wanted to use this cardboard, even though it's old and used from something else. It's still a little tacky. Okay, now I just need the glass. Looking good, man, looking good. Still gonna have to find that sticker. Have someone make it, I guess. See, there's not very good files. Hold on, let me use this one, Kelly.
Okay.
There's not very good files online that I could find of the bezel sticker, you know? I didn't even clean this. I'm just putting this together just so I can look at it. The channels. These plastic channels go on the side. They're getting like jammed. You know what? For now, damn it. I can't get it out now.
There you go.
I just pulled that out for now.
Careful.
Okay. Man, that's a tight fit. Wish you could just hit it with a hammer. Sounds terrible. Amazing. Huh. Okay, after very much persuasion, this cardboard was a little tacky and it caught the glass all the way down here. It was a nightmare. After a lot of persuasion, I got that in there. I put my translate. Now I still need to get a. Oh, grab me that H channel, would you? I need to get a piece of clear plexi to put this up. I had this printed out from Escape Pod. There goes. This needs to be cleaned. They sell new ones of these on eBay. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to get it. 'Cause that one's pretty screwed up. It's cheap too. I think it's like $10 or something. But it's gonna look something like that. You know what? I think I may have complained a little too early on the side art. I think it looks awesome. I'm gonna check out some pictures to see how close it is, because I feel that it's off, but I better look at some pictures to really know. But yeah, I guess that's about it for this video. Still gotta fix this. Still gotta get the board set going. But yeah, man, it turned out nice. Beautiful cabinet. Okay, guys, if you like what you see, please subscribe, tell your friends, give me one of these, leave a comment down below. Have a nice day.